And they would like to do this.
Exactly.
Pretty. It's like Barbie.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Vanessa's Vanity. I'm Vanessa, and I'm here with my co-host, Brittany Mason. And we actually have two guests today, and I'm really excited because this segment I've been wanting to do for a while, especially since this is going to be our third episode. So I'm really excited. Aren't you excited?
Yes.
And my co-host right here, she's a little revealing, but I love what she's wearing, and we'll be able to talk more about it. So over here we have Rubie Timbo. She's actually a supermodel. Welcome, Rubie. And then on the right we have Marisol Arias. And I want to correct this because when I was posting about Marisol, I actually posted a description of her incorrectly, and I want to correct that, Marisol, because she's not just a designer, you guys. She's an LA-based celebrity designer, because I had to throw the celebrity part in there because I really acknowledges your level of expertise.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. And yeah, so we're going to actually start off our segment with Rubie over here. Rubie is a supermodel. And Rubie, why don't you tell us more about how long you've been in the modeling industry?
Well, I've been modeling for over 5 years now, and modeling has been a tough road for me. It does come with disappointments, and that's what I want to advise young girls, that you have to be willing to hear no's. And when you hear that, you just got to keep going. I've got no's before from people, and it made me feel like, oh, modeling is not for me. I just want to give up. But I know that it doesn't come easy. You just got to keep going.
I agree. I think
true.
Brittany, go ahead. You put in your feedback on that, because Brittany is also a supermodel, and both of these ladies are supermodels. They're not just an average model. Like, they're in the industry. They've been in fashion shows from New York to LA, and really, like, they need to be credited on the type of models that they are. So
it is a lot of work because you're going to get a lot of no's. There are people who may not like your look, but that doesn't mean you're not cute. You just have to find somebody that likes your look. You're going to get 1,000 no's, but one yes will lead to more yeses, and you keep finding more people to want to work with you.
that's great. And so with Rubie, what made you want to be a model and into the industry?
I didn't start off wanting to be a model. It's just that I would like walk around and people would be like, "Are you a model? You should model." And I looked into it, and then from there I loved it. And then I had my mom take my picture, and then I realized that I love posing. It's like anytime I get in front of the camera, it just makes me happy, you know? So.
And you do it very well.
Tell them we're going to take a 1 minute break. We'll be right back. We're going to fix something.
Okay, sorry to cut you guys off, but we're going to take a really quick break. I know we started off kind of late, but we're going to catch up with you guys. Thank you guys for patiently waiting, but just give us a quick minute and we'll be right back. So if you're on, thank you so much for joining on, and we'll be right back if you guys can hang tight. Thanks.
Okay, you guys are back.
Okay, sorry to cut you guys off, but we're going to take a really quick break. I know we started off kind of late, but we're going to catch up with you.
Why is only 3 seconds or
Are we
8 seconds
live?
of it showing? Oh.
Hey guys, thank you so much for waiting. Sorry, when you go live, there's a lot of things that happen here and there, but we're good and ready to go. So one thing I forgot to mention, I do have a co-host over here that I want to also recognize, because Destiny is an important part of our show, because she's actually going to be reading our questions and letting us know what questions you guys have for us, and then we'll be able to answer them, and she'll be able to relay the message through type on YouTube. So welcome back. We going back to Rubie, and also with Brittany's our conversation that we had. I love that they're here because they're really going to be able to share some important tips and their experiences. It's because, like, this industry is forever changing, and I feel like it's amazing to have talent here today, because they're very talented women. So yeah, we'll go back to Rubie. So yeah, so you were saying that you never really thought you were going to be a model until your mom started taking pictures of you.
Yeah, and from there, I loved it. I love, like, standing in front of the camera and having my picture taken. It's like anytime I do a pose, I like do a dance move, and that's like one pose. And yeah.
Did you ever take any dance classes?
Yeah, I used to take hip hop and ballet as well for posture.
I can tell. So just to share with you guys, I actually have shot with Rubie, And oh my gosh, she blew me away with like her poses. And when you're a model, like you have to know how to work your body, your angles. You have to know like where to move your hands. And honestly, she's so angelic, and she just like is like I don't want to say this like in a negative way, but she's definitely like a swan. Like she moves with like grace. So that definitely shows like I hope that describes like how amazing you are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So why don't you also share with us what you have going on right now, being a model?
Well, right now, to promote myself, I decided to start my own clothing line, and it's called Nene's Fashion. Nene is my middle name. Nene means mom. I was named after my grandmother. Her name is Rubie as well, but for respect, they call her Nene, which means mom. And basically, my line will be, it's what I have on right now. One of my pieces that I have on right now. It's the African fabric for women of all sizes, and I will be having a line for men as well, like the dashikis that you see people wear, and shirts, different shirts for men as well.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
That's so amazing. I love that you brought that up. And then also, you guys, we will be showing her Instagram, so that way you guys can follow her designs. We actually have that up right now, so you guys can go over and follow Nene's Fashion, and you guys can have a little sneak peek. Rubie, your website is not up yet, right?
Yeah, it's in the making.
Awesome. So. And I did not know that she had this other Instagram. I was like, Rubie, like, why are we not following? Were you following her?
I was, but I forgot to have you follow her.
Yeah, I was not following. I'm like, girl, like, you're so talented. We need to support you. So, yeah, that's awesome. So if you guys want to head over to Nene's Fashion, so that way you guys can follow. And if you guys are loving her pieces, she has her website coming up soon. So going back to your modeling experiences, what are some things that we can share with, because, I mean, I think other than wanting to get married, every girl wants to be a model.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much.
Right?
Pretty much.
So what are some things that you can share with, like, other aspiring models that want to be just like you or want to join the same career path as a supermodel?
To be persistent and make sure it's actually something that you want to do, and it does take a lot of work, and you have to work with the right people, because there are like a bunch of scams out there.
Oh yeah,
this happened to me a lot, where they say that, oh, would you like to model for our clothing line, but they're actually not a clothing line at all. If you click on it, it's like something else.
I love that you share that with us, because I think a couple segments ago we kind of got into that, but I really wanted to get deeper into that, because we do have our co-host, she's Destiny Evans, and she's also an up-and-coming model as well, and she's really young, and this actually will help those young girls on what to look for and what not to look for. Also, Brittany, like on your beginning to be a model, what were some struggles that you went through, like with scams and some stuff that we can look out for, or other aspiring models?
Well, there's a lot of people out there that will say, oh, we'll pay you this much for the day, we'll cover wardrobe and everything. The amount will be like $800, but you have to send back an amount. So that's a scam, because if you send that, they'll give you like a blank check or something like that. Because someone warned me about that in the beginning. I see a lot of that on like Model Mayhem. That's why I stay away from there. And they'll be like, oh, well, if you send this amount back, you know, but it doesn't make sense. Why would they give you a certain amount for you to send it back? So they'll have you go into your account and get this money and send it out back to them.
Oh, wow.
And also watching out for agencies as well. If they ask for you to pay money like up front, don't do it.
Especially if they're pushy about it too.
I've been through it, and it's a scam. Yeah.
So what are some good signs that when people really want to work with you? And
if they're interested, they'll basically call you in and then tell you that they would like to work with you, and you'll be getting money, making money. Basically, yeah.
Got it. And also, one of the photos I had asked you for, you actually walked in New York Fashion Week, and that's huge.
Yes, couture. It was Couture Fashion Week. I got to walk. Well, from the fashion show out here in LA to New York is really, really different. Because when I went, I thought I would be in the show, but I had to do like another audition for the designers to pick me. So yeah, but it was called Couture Fashion Week, and I'll walk for about 3 or 4 designers.
That's amazing. And because you mentioned comparing LA to New York, why would you say they're different? Because not that many people know.
Well, New York, when you, because usually when they pick you to go to do a fashion show, you usually just do it right away. But when you go there, it's like another audition. You would have to see if the designers like you. If they don't like you, then they pick somebody else. And then you have to stay there the whole day. And some people don't live in New York, so some people didn't get to walk at all. And I was pretty lucky to at least get to walk for at least 3 shows.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And how do you come across like opportunities like that?
Research. I just do my research, go Google and type in Couture Fashion Week, look for the dates, and then attend the day.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. And you know what's so cool is because it's going to go hand in hand with Marisol because she's a designer. So what's cool is that we get your feedback and we're going to get feedback from Marisol on the kind of models that she looks for too. So let's go with Marisol. Hi,
Okay,
Marisol.
hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
I love your outfit.
Thank
Yes,
you.
the jacket's
It's
far.
to die for. Why don't you tell us more about what you're wearing and is this one of your designs?
It is. Should I stand up?
Yes.
Please
Yeah.
do.
I mean, I
if
have
you don't
to.
stand
Okay.
up, we would be missing out.
See the whole thing.
So, this is, it's made out of vinyl. And I like to use non-conventional fabrics or materials to create a wardrobe or a design or, garment or something depending on where you are going. And I actually made this when I had a fashion show for my underwear line for men. And I walked out in this. And so the idea was to have a jacket that just, with a little peplum here. And I like materials like this. So
artistic too.
yes. Yeah.
Very artistic.
And I did get a lot of attention with this jacket. I mean, you could see.
I like the material that the
Wow.
hood's made of.
I love it.
Too.
Did this fall? No, we're good.
It's beautiful.
It's going down. So yeah, and then hold on. Here we go. Okay, we're good.
Can you do like a little twirl?
Little twirl.
It's a semi-twirl. You guys check out the back.
Check out the
Of the
back.
detail.
So cute.
It is.
And the original design though went with a jumpsuit, a lace see-through jumpsuit
Wow.
in like a pale rose, and then I had like glitter shiny boots on.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So-
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, your outfit today is,
Thank you. So I just kind of toned it down like
Amazing.
this.
yes.
Since the weather, just
And with the whole jewelry, we were talking about that. I love how
Yeah.
her jewelry, the color when the lighting pops off of it, you can see the colors like the greens,
right.
the purples, the
yeah.
blues.
Iridescent.
Love it.
Right. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Thank you.
What inspired you to make this piece?
The inspiration behind was pink, and then I like to use non-conventional materials.
I love it. So,
Yeah.
how long? Okay, you guys. Celebrity designer, like that's huge. How long have you been a designer, and how did you get into designing?
I'm class of 1991. I went to FITM, so it was a long time ago.
And FITM, you guys, like everybody wants to go to FITM. So I love that you're an LA-based designer, and you are a FITM alumni. So you can actually like tell those aspiring designers. You can tell them more about like, the truth of like knowing what you need to know. So okay, but before I get into that, sorry guys, I'm like jumping over here, like trying to, I just always have all these questions. I don't write down my notes, but what famous celebrities have you had your designs on?
The latest one was I work along with a lot of other designers, which I do develop their lines. Okay, so for V2 Bentley, Gaga chose one of her outfits, which I'm the one that creates her stuff.
I love it.
And she hand painted all of it, and it was worn for Coachella this year. Her dancers and her.
That's you
So-
guys. That's amazing. I mean, Lady Gaga, like she is the queen.
Right.
I mean, of course,
For her to-
technically, like you guys are the queens of fashion, but for her,
For her to choose the quality of it. So for me, it was very, it was like, thank you very much.
yes, like bowing, like
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Yes.
Like, that's
It was-
huge.
yeah.
What year, was that this year?
Yes,
Nice.
just April, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You guys.
They had me working, we didn't sleep for 2 whole days doing her whole project. Because they just called us on a Sunday, hey, Gaga wants to wear your stuff. The girl calls me all freaking out, Marisol, please drop everything you're doing, we gotta do this. And I'm like, okay. And I had to pinch myself, okay? And so they kept on sending Ubers down, like, okay, this is ready, because it was for her dancers and for her. And of course, you don't really get to meet the artist because you pretty much deal with the stylist.
Oh yes.
They're the ones
Which
that.
is B. Bentley, right? Or who
No.
was the stylist for that?
Gaga's a stylist,
Oh yes.
and then with B. Bentley, and then I'm the one that just pretty much creates all of that stuff. I'm kind of behind the scenes for a lot of my designers.
yeah, but one of the most important ones. And she's here on the show. Like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Name some other.
I'm also doing
Celebrities.
stuff for, there's this rapper, his name is Emperb. I know he's watching, and he's out in Virginia. And I hope to have him one day here on the show. You can have him. I'm sure if you want to invite him.
If it's okay with Brittany.
If it's okay, yes, it is. Okay, and I also work alongside with HGTV interior designer Josh Johnson.
Nice.
And he does do the he decorates for the Grammys and for the Tonys and for the Oscars. He does all the interior design for the media room and the celebrity room and all that. So I make a lot of his stuff that goes on in those rooms. And
That is huge.
yeah,
Did I already tell you thank you for being on the show?
many times.
Thank you.
I
Thank
just
you.
wanted to make sure. That's
Yeah.
amazing. You are so talented.
Thank you.
Okay, so before getting on here, I just like to get to know my guests a little bit more, like things. I don't want to leave anything out. So we were talking about being a designer, and we were talking about there's people that try to imitate a designer. So share with us what the qualities it takes and what you need to know and what the talents that you have that make you different. I mean, of course, you're already dressed Lady Gaga. I don't need
Okay,
that.
but I find that a lot of people call themselves a designer because they'll have a label on something. A designer is made from a designer's supposed to create from nothing something. For instance, you have this table, and as a designer, you should be able to create a whole line, 15 pieces out of the inspiration from this table here. Not go on any site and copy what somebody else is doing. It has to come from your own imagination, and from there you create your pieces. Having it on a piece of paper to the runway.
I love
That's a designer.
And that's what
Some
you do.
people nowadays, and that's what actually, that's why I'm in business, because a lot of people will go to fashion school, but they don't like the pattern work. They don't like the sewing part. They don't know how to make samples. They don't know how to make any of that, which, by the way, school did not prepare me for that.
Thank you for sharing that. So, go ahead, share with us. What prepared you for this journey?
One quick thing, can you fix your mic? It's rubbing your
Oh, it's way down here.
I think it's,
Oh, Brittany has a quick question.
Yes.
Okay, so would you say that you're a real designer if you can only you can draw it out and make it, rather than draw it out and create the idea and then have somebody else do it?
In my opinion, a designer is not only the one that sketches.
Okay. Someone
It's
that also
somebody
creates the pieces. and
Creates it right, and those are the original designers from back in the 70s and the 80s. And I did my thesis or my report on Carolina Herrera. She's the one I look.
Oh my God.
I love her style.
Yes, she's an idol.
Because
Yes.
we all had to do study a designer, and I really like her style, and until today.
That's so
Oscar
cool
de la
that you
Renta, Carolina Herrera. She's like, I would love to meet her one day.
I was gonna ask you who your idol is in the
It's
industry.
Carolina Herrera.
Yeah, I agree. She's
And
amazing.
and she started out knowing her story in her garage, and she was everybody's seamstress in her town in Venezuela.
Wow.
And so to me, a designer should be able to make with his or her hands what is in their mind.
I love it.
You know, we're also engineers.
Rather than just writing up the plan
Yeah,
and then not
yeah.
actually creating,
Right.
handing it off to somebody
Exactly.
else. Okay.
Yes, that's so. A true designer is going to know how to put that sketch on a model or on a person.
Okay.
Because we also have to think about when you create a piece is how is the person going to get into it?
Oh yeah. How is she gonna sit down?
Yeah.
How is she gonna take it off?
Yeah, and then when you make a pattern, it's okay, what kind of fabric or material am I using to create this pattern? Because you're not going to make a vinyl pattern and apply it into a 4-way stretch material.
Oh yeah.
1 second.
It's just not going to go.
Yours.
Is this rustling gonna overpower the voices? I just thought about that. I'm sorry.
It's
Sorry guys.
I just want to make sure we don't hear shit later on.
it's my jacket.
You know what I love about this
Sorry.
Can I
show?
hold it? I can hold it.
Yeah. If you,
They could do that. Oh, sorry. I just thought about that. I was like, I want to be able to them to actually be able to hear what's
Oh,
going
of
on.
course.
And then
While
after-
Hawks is fixing your mic, I think what I love about this show is that you, Rubie, get to share really your experience and what really helps to mold
Is there any way you can pin
to
it
be
towards the
who
middle,
you are
or-
today.
Right.
Like you went to FITM, and you just said right now that's not really what helped you. That's not what your career is based off of.
No. I had to actually, when I finished FITM, fortunately, my uncle believed in me, and he started, he funded my brand, which was Marisol of California. So at 19, I had my shop on Hoover. I remember Hoover and somewhere around there
In LA.
in LA.
Yes.
And I hired somebody to sew because I couldn't sew. But I could sew a button, I could sew my samples, I could sew my homework, in school, because
Yeah.
they don't really teach you sewing. I think now they probably do have a program where you have to, it's additional, but then they didn't. I'm talking about 1989 through 91. So I designed a line, and I took it to Melrose. I took with me a model, and I went knocking like every single store that I thought could carry my stuff. And I was able to get 2 stores to believe in my brand, and they carried it. And they would call me, can we get 6 more of this? Can we get 2 more of that? Can we get-" So it was there in Hollywood, and there was some other small boutique out in LA that would carry my stuff. So at 19, I was doing what I love. I didn't let the fact that I didn't know how to do certain things stop me from just pursuing and learning. So I
love that.
I did work in some factories. That's where I learned how to sew the way I sew right now. I mean, you have to,
Wow.
So I would tell the ladies from there, can you teach me how to sew? And so instead of taking a lunch break, I would stay where the machines are and just, practice what they were teaching me, how to set a zipper, how to do bias, how to do a buttonhole, how to set a collar. It's kind of one of the hardest things to make is to set a collar that is not wrinkled. So, it's just a lot of stuff that you really have to learn. And basically, it's based on experience and practice.
Okay, so you're talking about going out, taking your brand at 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
How old were you when you decided to yourself, like, hey, you know what? I want to pursue designing. Like, how old were you?
I was in high school. I was in high school.
19-year-olds nowadays don't
Wow.
even know what they want to do.
I know.
No, well, at a very young age, I was 12 when I started modeling. So and I did a lot of, so I went back and forth with that, So modeling, at about 16, I knew that I needed to think about something that I was going to do with my life because, you don't stay,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're always beautiful, but
Yes.
they don't choose you after a certain age group. You're just like put
You're
aside.
smart. You were like, I have another plan.
Yes. So I went to Culver City High School, and somebody from FITM went to our school, and they showed us all about the school. And I fell in love with all the process. And I said, that's it. I'm going to FITM.
So
That is
And I
Sorry.
had to beg my dad. I'm like, Dad, that's where I want to go. He's like, it's too much money. I'm like, no, that's what I want to do.
It's very expensive.
For a
Actually,
Latino family, it's a lot of money.
yes. And
Yeah.
we're talking like, you said in the
89.
89.
So I finished high
expensive.
school in, I think it was June, and then in August, I was already in FITM.
So you had a lot of support from your family. That's great.
Yes, but it was like, okay. It's like, I said, don't worry, I'm not going to let you down.
And look where she's at today.
Yeah.
So, okay, so because of FITM, what else? What other techniques or being out in the field do people really need to grasp? Okay, let me ask this question again. So, based on your nowadays, like, because there's tons of girls that I've personally met that are like, my dream is to go to FITM. But I think before starting our live, we talked about this, and you were like, no, like, honestly, like, FITM isn't the best choice.
FITM is a good choice if you're going to be passionate about it.
Got it.
It's a great choice because anywhere I would write down I went to FITM, it's like your door opens. Because it has such a good reputation.
Yes.
But if you're just like, I think I want to try this, you're wasting your time because school will just give you the tools. But passion is what's going to make you set yourself aside and be the best at it. It's your passion that you choose anything in life. It's not just, not just fashion design. But the school is just there to give you the tools and and the knowledge that you don't know, obviously. But if you're not passionate about it, it's a lot of work. Sometimes I'll be working 15 hours a day.
What was the breaking point to your career? So what made it just boom? What opportunity was that?
It's when
who was that with?
When I started to realize that a lot of designers today can't even put a button.
Wow.
So that's how I make my money.
Wow.
I mean, that's like the other side of my business is that I develop lines for other people.
I actually wanted to get into that.
So I do that. I do the whole process. They tell me I have this idea. I want to do men's shirts, which I actually do. I have different lines that I do develop. I'm like that ghostwriter. I develop and I design for other people. And it's obviously my name doesn't go on there, but it's my work.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
definitely a lot of your work is out there.
Yes.
A lot. And we were talking about that. I'm sorry. I think we have a question.
Okay.
Well, Gina Ray Gonzalez said she wishes she was a buyer for 8 years at a high-end clothing boutique and didn't go to school. She says school doesn't always prepare you, although she wished she could have gone to FITM.
Wow.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
Wow. Gina is actually a friend of Pac's, and she's actually always on our show. And that's amazing. Like, I think you guys share something in common. Like, you guys are both passionate in your views, on carrying the rights.
Right, because not every designer has gone to school. That's what I'm telling you. Passion is going to drive you to be the best at anything. School is just there to, give you the tools. But if you're there just to say, I went to FITM, but you don't, put your hands on it, like to work, then you're not going to really get anywhere because there's a lot of competition.
So much competition.
Yes, so much. And then talking about China, where they come and copy our stuff. It's just out so you really have to separate yourself by something.
I was actually going to ask that. Go ahead, Britt.
What would you say is the most challenging thing that you've dealt with while being a designer? Or what's the most challenging thing that you have to deal with?
Daily?
Either one.
I wish I had more time.
Okay.
I'm a workaholic. And I love to see, people when they tell me, okay, I want to, and then just to finish it, I just like that feeling of.
And then what are the pros and cons?
Of being a fashion designer? The pros, I think you just, if you really love it, you as a creative person, like an artist, a musician, anybody, is just having people like your work, that's, it just feels, it's an amazing feeling.
Absolutely.
And then the downside is it's a lot of work. It's just a lot of work.
Because there's so much competition.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So when you're at home and you're getting ready to create a design, where do you start off to get the inspiration from?
I go fabric shopping first.
Where do you go fabric shopping at?
I go downtown LA.
What are some of okay, because we had another designer in here and he told us I go to the back of the store. Where's do you have these people having materials ready for you, or
you have to establish good friendships. So
that's the point I wanted to get to.
Network and friendships you know, because we all also collaborate a lot in a lot of things that we do. So when I go and I have it, like for instance, for an event that I'm having this weekend, I'm supposed to design the jacket for one of my good friends he's like the runway coordinator for that event. So for him, I have in mind, I want to design for him a whole lace outfit. I want to see him in lace, even though he's a man.
Wow.
But I know he can rock that. So I take a look at their personality. You know, how are they going to really feel now? Are they going to own that piece? Are they going to feel themselves? Or are they going to feel like, okay, you're this doesn't belong on me? So, you know, you kind of sense that because you can own what you're wearing. And you don't have to be physically beautiful to wear something. You just have to know how to carry it, you know, walk in it and just own it. Like, this is me. You know?
I love that you share that because me being a makeup artist, yes, I have my style of makeup that I do, but I also feel someone's personality.
Yes, you have to.
So basically, you customize it. You put your talent, and then you take their personality and how they would feel.
Yes.
That's amazing because the last designer had his input, and then yours is like completely different. So that's so cool that how you were like, you know, I know he can rock it, and I know his personality.
Yes.
So that's amazing that you said that.
You would not put any man in lace. You can't.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Right? I mean, you just can't.
Yeah, I'm like trying to picture like. Wow.
I know. I'm like, wow, lace.
Yeah, lace.
I'm thinking lace how it would look on me.
Lace and
I'm sorry.
and I know he could really do it. So I know he's gonna make me look good.
That's amazing. Thank you
So
for
once
sharing.
once I go and I see the fabric, I'll be like, this is him.
Another thing
And
I learned.
that's the design process that I get from all of that. You know, I don't sit down and sketch. The sketch is like in my mind, and I just go and like, okay, I need this, and that, and then I love to add like laces or, you know, just things that would just set it apart aside. But I also stay with what's in fashion, or, you know, for like colors. You know, I'll stay, or let's say the weather, and also the type of event it's going to be. So you have to consider a lot of things. It's not just putting somebody into something, you know.
I love that too because you have a guide, basically.
Yes.
Somewhat of a guide to stay in trend with the season, what's going on, at least with colors.
And the event where you're going.
Thank you.
I mean, if it was going to be at the beach, I would never put him in a lace suit, you know.
You had a question.
Oh,
Yes,
my question is, as a designer, when you look at who you want to dress and what, don't you have to look at like whether or not you feel like what type of people or who?
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Who you would feel would look best in that piece. When you create the piece, you already envision like who you feel would look best.
Yes, and it's
Sorry,
it's pretty much knowing who your client is, who your audience is. You know, you have to know that too. So, like I tell my designer clients, you have to know who you're selling it to.
Absolutely.
And your price point. You have to. You know, you can't try to sell something to someone who are just used to paying $10, $15 for something. Like, for instance, my underwear line. My underwear, it starts at $55 per underwear.
So
it's not meant for the guy that goes to Walmart and gets a shot, you know,
No.
a 3-pack, and that's it. That's not my client.
So Marisol actually designs for men and women, you guys. So she caters to everybody.
I do. Yeah,
I think,
do.
honestly, bringing up that part because you're really talking about the business part. And that's so smart because, like, people are like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. But yet, how are you going to make money?
Yeah.
They don't think about all that. You know, most times people are just like, oh, I want to create this, but they don't think about like, okay, how much it's going to cost, who their customers are going to be. They don't think about all that or how to present it. Sometimes people will just throw it on anybody, but you want somebody that looks best in your apparel.
Something else as a designer, I don't just put my stuff in just any fashion show just because they feel like having a fashion show today. And I'm like, no, it has to make sense in my mind. As a creative person, I'm very, I don't know, I'm just picky at certain things, you know, and I feel like, okay, the people that are going to go look at that, are they going to really buy my stuff?
Exactly.
You want to
Can
make sure
they
it's at a
afford
venue.
me?
You want a venue where you know for a
Yes.
fact that people can afford
Exactly.
to
And
purchase
that's
it.
very important for anybody who's going to sell any brand or anything. You know, you have to know who you're going to put your stuff in front of.
And who you want to put it on, because I've seen a lot of cases where people just throw it on anybody, but it's like you want to make, you can have really nice stuff, but if you put it on the wrong person, people aren't going to want to
Wrong
buy
body
it.
shape.
Yeah.
The wrong body shape, maybe just not the right type of shoot. You know, you could have something super classy, and I've seen where people just throw it on somebody that's just makes it not as classy as it should be.
So I agree. So especially since we're on that subject on who you put your designs on, you actually met Brittany because you guys worked on LA Fashion.
LA Swim Week.
LA Swim Week.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I remember this photo because we were just talking about it earlier.
Uh-huh.
I was telling Brittany, like, oh my God, who is this swimwear from? It's from Marisol.
Yes.
So how did Brittany get into your fashion show? How did
Alexis
her
Russo.
design,
Well, Brittany-
your design get on
Brittany-
her?
My design got on her because another designer that I make her stuff for is for Glam Clothing.
Mm-hmm.
So Glam Clothing, she was doing swimwear last year, and Brittany happened to wear one of the pieces I made for that fashion show.
That's amazing.
So, well, actually, everything on that fashion show was pretty much mine, and also the piece that came out on that newspaper article.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, you
wow.
guys.
Which
so
made it to the front, which is for me is big. I mean,
that's
to-
no.
That
LA
is
The
big.
LA Apparel News.
LA?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
pretty good.
huge. So if you guys follow Marisol on her Instagram, which is LA Designer, is that correct?
Yes, Marisol
You guys will
Arias.
be able to see that article, and that is huge, Marisol. Like, I mean, of course you're going to be proud of it. That's really huge, and that was the same fashion show that you were in. Yeah,
Yeah,
That is
but that's the
huge.
stuff that I make for Glam Clothing.
got it.
So I make some for Glam Clothing for the Valdizia collection. Valdizia collection is men's luxurious shirts. It's for the man that wants to really be seen, and he's very different.
Yes.
Not everybody can rock Valdizia collection, that's for sure. And then another line is Maybin wear, and that's more streetwear. Holes and just
Casual.
like tunics, and
I love
that's
that.
the feel for Maybin wear. And you can see all that stuff is my work, and they all have their websites, where you can go and shop their stuff.
You really target each
Yes.
style.
I bond with everyone too.
Exactly.
Because to me, I don't feel in competition with anyone.
No, because you're talking about your client. You have to know their personality.
Yes.
You custom make what they're asking for.
Yes.
So I really think, just based on what you're telling me, that's what separates you,
Yeah.
and that's what makes you so talented, and people wanting to
Thank you.
work with you. Like, that's amazing. Yeah, there's no one else that's gonna have that talent. That's that you carry.
Another thing, a lot of people don't realize with these different brands that you shop, you don't realize they may not be the maker of that item. They may
Exactly.
have
You don't
created
even
it.
think- and
I
that's
never
what's so
thought
cool.
about that. I never thought that there's
No.
stores out there that have someone else make the product for them. If they're not,
Yes.
they create the idea, but they can't, execute it.
But isn't
Something
that
that
amazing?
happens a lot is that some of these big companies will take students from FITM, and they will use their designs and make thousands of bucks with all that. And these kids get paid either they're just students, they're there for 2-3 months, or
Wow.
they just get hired as a designer. Designers that I can check back on what a designer makes hourly is not a lot when they work
Wow.
for these companies I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Because they only get a percentage, right?
Yes, no, they make an hour. They'll hire them. They'll say, okay, you can make $15 to $20 an hour as a designer.
Wow, that's
When they're
nothing.
making tons more.
Especially when you're going
Of
to school
course,
for it.
because now you're just going under their umbrella. You're just a worker. It's just like the same thing as when you sew or
I
you
did
just
not
do
know
that.
that.
That's terrible.
I mean, if you go to school for it, like, you would want to have
the
like your own
maximum
designs
amount.
and be like your owner of
Right.
your own.
Yeah.
But the one that makes the most is the head designer.
Just gonna ask
because that's the brand, that's the name, that's that. But let's say just take any brand. It's not he or she right there actually at their desk designing. It's a group of people designing, making their designs for them, but their name goes on it.
So
It's terrible.
for those that are going to school to fit them or any other, what do you recommend for them to like that are really talented and have that vision that you?
Like for instance, for myself, I never wanted to design for other people and do all that. I do it because that's my work. That's the way I eat. I pay my bills and all that.
Yes.
That's how I separate my company. I line develop, but I also want that side where it's just the creative Marisol, where I can actually you know, say somebody's going to a red carpet and I want to be able to dress them for that red carpet, you know, celebrity or, you know, just stand out. That's kind of how I divide myself. But for somebody that wants to be a designer and get their work out there, you need to find somebody that can invest in you if you don't have the money.
Thank you for sharing that.
But, you know, put yourself, like, believe in yourself. You know, and just create something that's going to make you stand out and just, you know, stay focused. That's very important.
Yes.
And if you're young, you know, you don't need a girlfriend or boyfriend. Just let me tell you that.
I get that advice all the time, too. You're not the only one that says that.
Because that takes a lot of time away, you know. But
a lot of distraction.
A lot of distraction. And have a plan. Have a plan. Know who your client is. You know, social media makes it a lot easier nowadays. So it's not like in the 80s when I was trying. I would actually have to go door to door.
Yeah, so you were just talking about that.
I did the work.
Yeah.
You know? So I went into the factories and learned how to do the work. I didn't just rely on FITM to train me. I got what I learned there, which was mainly the pattern making, which is, I believe that a fashion designer should be excellent at pattern making.
You were actually talking about that. Like,
Yeah,
you create your own patterns.
Fit to me is very important.
Yes.
You know, that's just, so if you're not good at that, you know, take time to learn it. Everything is just practice. Nobody is more than others. It's just practice. Practice
amazing.
and practice, and that's what makes perfection.
So what would you say would be the first step after graduating from FITM as a designer? Like, what do you think there should be their next move in order to...
I think it's good for you to go learn with other people's money. So get a job as a designer, you know, as a pattern maker. And then you just learn, you know, because that's what I did. I actually went and I learned, you know. I had my line out, but I also went and worked for other people later on because I realized that I don't want to be paying everybody else to make my stuff. I want to make my stuff. And then since I'm really hands-on on everything, because I'm not a lazy person, I've never been lazy.
Yes.
So I like to do stuff myself.
I can tell. I can
You
tell.
get more satisfaction when you're the one that makes it. You say, hey, I handmade
when
that.
they tell you, oh my God, you made that, I'm like, yeah. Or when you see it like on a model, you're like, oh my God, I did that. It's like, you know.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh my God, like, just you talking about it, it's very inspiring.
And I also like to teach. I actually teach sewing.
We were just talking about that.
I taught children how to sew, and kids are the best students. I love to teach.
So, do we have anything coming up that we can share with anyone that's on here right now, maybe to look out for?
I'm doing this event on the weekend, but I don't know if I should talk about it. But,
other than the event, like, remember you were talking about the teaching and stuff. Do you plan on teaching online or anything like that?
I do have the idea. I would love to have a YouTube channel where I can teach and create, you know, just like a class.
That's amazing.
Basic teaching for those designers that you know, have that little, you know, like inner, like, I want to do this, but I don't know how. So because you know what? I believe in sharing your talent.
I agree.
I don't think God gave me all of this just for me to keep it and be selfish.
No.
I love to teach because I think everybody can bring something new to the table.
I agree.
You know, and then the student should be better than the teacher. So I love to see when somebody that I've taught something to and they're better, and I'm like, that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be amazing, you know?
Yes.
And just bring your twist to it.
Exactly.
And just, you know, just be helpful and be supportive because you needed that one day.
Exactly. I think your experiences too probably have made you feel this way as well, right? Because I mean, you didn't come from a family of designers, right?
No.
So that's amazing. I think honestly, and that's why I wanted to bring it up, because I think if we do have any viewers that, you know, want to pursue being a designer, a celebrity designer, I think they would watch your classes. Like, I'm not a designer, but if I wanted to design, like, I would be like, oh my God, I'm going to be the first one to enroll into your class or to watch you, because you're so well-rounded and you have so much experience and you're very enthusiastic when you're talking about what you do. So I think it's just great energy.
Thank you.
You're very talented.
And
you're welcome.
I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be here. This
Of
is
course.
very
No,
special.
thank
This
you.
is
Thank you
Oh
for
my
coming.
God. So let's talk about what Brittany has on, you guys. Like,
Yes,
oh my
that
God.
swimsuit.
I'm like, I had to take my jacket off when I see Brittany. I was like, oh my God. Like,
work it.
yes.
Brittany is wearing,
Oh, goodness.
she's wearing my 2017 swimwear line. And this is one of the pieces that has caused a lot of talk about. It's just, I think that women, I like to dress women looking a little bit classy. I don't think you should show so much because I think you need to leave a little bit to the imagination.
A balance.
A balance, right. And so she's wearing something that, it's on my website, on marisolcalifornia.com. You can get this. And
I love it.
this is called pleather because it's an imitation leather material. And it stretches. And, how does it feel on you?
It feels good. It's very comfortable. You can
I
move
love
in
that
it.
we have Brittany on because, like, if we ever bring on any designers, which we will, we have a model here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
And then if she wants to, can we put this
Yes,
one on
let's
her?
talk about what we have right here.
Okay, so this one, I was going to a magazine event, and I would like to say the magazine, it's Amara magazine with a cool friend, George Rojas. I don't know if he's watching, but
Hey.
so my idea of this, it was like, I was really busy with production, and
I
this
love it.
event was on Sunday. And I'm
This
like,
past Sunday.
No, this was back in February.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And so I said, okay, I haven't made myself something. I gotta make something. It was like 3 in the morning. You want to like
Here.
Okay, here I'll have it. So let me keep on saying the story while I do this video. All right. Okay, so it was like 3 in the morning, and I said I have to come up with something for me.
Is this the one that you're wearing in the photo?
Yes.
Ah, yes.
So
Pretty.
I said, okay, what would it look like if you spend the night at a boyfriend's house? And I just thought of a long T-shirt, oversized shirt that
I love it.
it doesn't fit. It's just like short, and you just come out like just covering
So
yourself.
sexy, but
Yeah.
still like you're covering
And
yourself.
then I just thought of okay, I like gold. I want gold, and I came up with this, and I made this like in 2 hours.
Wow.
Less, I think maybe less. I don't know.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's like a sequence, and it's off the shoulder if you want to turn around.
Love.
And yeah.
It's so fun.
Mhm.
Who's
So fun. Oops. I think that's mine. I don't know how it got over there, but it's okay. I love it.
And so I can make anything like this for anyone. It's just a matter of you tell me where you're going, and that's it.
That's amazing.
That's it.
That
look they're going
is telling right there.
Just by the event, I would know kind of the feel of how I would want you to present yourself, for the event.
I love the way
So
it feels.
again, it goes a lot with the personality, the height, your skin tone, where you're going, and it's just a lot, to think about sometimes when you're, I want to say, engineering something for someone.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I love it. There's so
Very
much
nice.
sparkle and shine.
Yes. It was a lot of fun to wear it. I felt like an actual
Well,
celebrity.
you look great wearing it.
Oh yeah.
I think we have a photo. Pax,
wanna see.
can we pull up that photo of Marisol wearing it? Because she looks amazing in it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You do? I'm like, wow. I actually had to step my game up because I seen that photo and I was like, yeah, she's going to come on looking amazing. Like, I need to get onto that level somewhat.
No more jeans and t-shirts for us.
No more jeans because the last episode was jeans. I was like, I cannot wear jeans.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I have
But
dressed
thank
up,
you
but
for that. We needed it. We needed it. Yes. Very talented.
Thank you.
Very pretty.
Oh,
So this is
wow.
Marisol right here.
Oh, yeah. That's,
Right.
that's
And what
it.
would you call this piece?
I would call it the boyfriend oversized shirt.
Boyfriend
Because that was
oversized
my
shirt.
inspiration was
Yes.
a boyfriend. Just staying over his house.
love
and
it.
you have nothing else.
But the
to work
glammed up
with.
version.
But
The glam
yeah,
version,
but the
yeah.
glam version. of it.
Glam version. Exactly. I love that
Very
you
nice.
said it. So
Because
you
this is
guys,
not like
this
just
is
a regular
Marisol.
t-shirt. This is like,
Right? You know what? And I mean, I wore my boyfriend's t-shirt and you feel really sexy and it's just like, just a glam. Like you feel so comfortable.
it's very cute.
Yeah, so we're getting the photo up of Marisol wearing it.
Already dead.
Oh, just kidding. We already did. So you guys seen it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
she
saw
looks
it.
amazing.
Thank you.
So, God, thank you so much, Marisol. Anything else that you can share with us that we didn't touch base on? So that way, oh, okay, so you have multiple websites.
I do.
So can we post those websites so that way people can actually be able to go on? I love the Marisol California. There's men, women, accessories, swimwear. I actually am a big fan of that striped swimwear that has the zipper. It's black.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's
The one where it's
Vanessa
getting
right
out of the
there.
pool.
Right? And this one, the top, like I adore.
Thank
oh my
you.
God. Yeah.
Very
And
comfortable.
then if they go under my portfolio, they can see all of the other, it'll link them to the other lines that I also work with.
I love that.
Yeah.
Also, with that said, you are a celebrity designer. So how can a celebrity reach out to you other than the website? Do they follow you or?
They can leave me an email through my website.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got
Or
it.
through my social media. You know,
Okay.
messaging. It's so easy nowadays to do that.
And you have some really hot models.
I do.
I do have to mention,
I
like,
do.
really hot. I think I was drooling over one.
Justin.
I'm sorry.
Justin, if you're hearing, I know it's you, Justin.
Yes, it has to be Justin.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
He's really nice.
I had to pause and I had to look at all the photos, but yes, the menswear.
I use him a lot in my menswear, and
I
that's
was like,
also
wow.
my line, D-Swagger. It's
D-Swagger.
D-Swagger is for men's underwear.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Wow.
So, yeah.
It was fun shooting that.
I was just gonna ask, how was that?
It was really fun. And the model's really nice. Well, it was her. I mean, sorry, not her. Sorry, no. It was Justin and then her brother shot some of the stuff.
That's
They're
amazing.
really nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, and then you have this event coming up on Sunday,
Yes.
which you invited us to. Thank you for the invitation.
You're welcome.
I'm
I
excited.
hope you are going to go, right?
We're gonna go.
Yes, you are going to go.
We're gonna go. That's a
Yes.
great opportunity.
Yes, it is.
So,
Talking about the models, since you're kind of
I was actually gonna get into
to
it.
the models, how
How do you
personally
pick
I
them?
choose.
Yes, please.
It might sound kind of like different, but I look at their personality and if they're going to get me across them.
Thank you for sharing that.
Because for me, it's not just about the look, the beauty. I think makeup and my clothing can, you know, change that.
Of course.
But when a model has a nasty attitude, I don't care to be around you. I don't care how beautiful you are, how many followings you have on Instagram. I don't care about that.
Thank you for sharing that because that's
A lot of
one
people need to
thing-
hear that.
A lot of shoots that I do, their photographers are like, Vanessa, you find the model. And I'm like, okay, cool. And that's one of the main things is someone's personality. And, you know, talking about that, that's how I met Rubie because you two did a shoot together. And Brittany is actually like, you know, Brittany's a dear friend of mine.
Yes.
We do talk on a regular. And I was like, Brittany, like, I need some new models to work with. Like, who's amazing? And she actually told me about you, Rubie. And she said lots of great things about you. And I did see you, what was like a month prior to your guys' shoot. Can we pull that shoot up, Pox, with Rubie and Brittany? I went crazy over this shoot, you guys, because like there's times where like photographers put two models together. And what I felt when I seen your guys' photo is like, wow, the amount of beauty on both sides. There's like not one that pulls more beauty from the other. And I just love how glammed you guys look. Like you guys
Yeah.
Killed
I seen that
it.
picture, yep.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
And something I like about Brittany, because I've never had the chance to work with her, which I hope I do from, you know, forward. 'Cause I just met you right now.
Yeah.
But something I like about Brittany is that the camera just makes her a different creature.
I agree.
You know, I mean, in person, she doesn't look like the picture.
No.
She
brings it.
transforms
Transforms, yeah.
into. It's like you're. I don't know. I don't think there's an adjective.
I'm
to
more
describe her
goofy in
beauty.
person.
I don't know. Your beauty is just, for me, it's just stunning.
And I agree with you, Marisol, because working with Brittany, when she actually told me about Rubie, she was like, oh, she's a great model. She's very punctual, very professional. And ever since then, I've always confided in Brittany on like referring me models and stuff because thank you for sharing that because there are a lot of people that are like, they don't care about how their attitude is. And, you know, a lot of the times, like, that's how they network with you as well. Maybe
Yes.
if you're going to hire them for the next one.
You never know.
So your attitude, you guys, is everything.
It is.
Be
It is.
humble.
It
Be
is.
That's
humble.
another
We always
thing.
keep on talking about that.
I've had a makeup artist friend say, like, I don't want to work with that model. She is like a bee. It's like
Wow.
she has an attitude. She won't, like, you know, they're on their phone. Like, they don't care. They don't give respect to the... As models, let me tell you, it's the designers and the makeup artists that are going to make you a model.
Yeah.
And photographers.
Can I get a high five? Because I'm a makeup artist.
It's true.
That's the designer. That's
very
great for the
true.
designer.
It's like you're no one without a designer, without a photographer, or
Yeah.
a makeup artist.
One thing I always tell people is you
God.
have to
And
have a
then
good.
my head
Versa,
goes
you know?
off to you, and it's true. It's like we're on your side. We want you to look the
Of
best.
course, yeah. And you're there. You're a mannequin. You really have no voice. You know, you really
Yeah, you
don't.
don't.
You don't. You're like a doll. Let them dress you. Let them. If you don't like what they're giving you, it doesn't matter. It's not you. It's the designer. You know, that's
And
gonna.
it's the designer's vision.
Yeah, exactly.
I've learned that over the years.
And as creative people, we should have respect for what other people, you know, want to put out there and their work. And everybody's different.
I agree because every designer I worked with, I don't create the look. The designer gives me their inspiration. It's
Right.
like, Vanessa, I want you to do this. So I go off of what the designer's direction is. And for the model to be like, oh no, I don't want to wear this, it's like, you're not saying no to me, you're saying no to the designer, which is the one that's hiring.
And that's
Actually,
disrespecting them.
If they see it as they're saying no to themselves, because after that day, they will not get a call back. So they're really saying no to them.
Yeah.
Because the designer's not going to call them back. I mean, there's hundreds of girls that want to be models. So it's just, you know, just let go of the ego. You know,
Yeah.
it's not that serious.
Yeah.
And it's always
It's
an
fun.
opportunity that's given to you that can lead to another opportunity.
That's
It
right.
always
Always.
does.
Never
Like
know
that's
the-
definitely.
You never know where the opportunity might come from.
And who's watching
Exactly.
on social
Yeah.
media. You don't never know who's
You never
watching.
know.
Oh yeah.
And
Like,
with that
is a big
opportunity
one.
that I had with Rubie, I was like, oh my God, why did I not meet her sooner? And what did I do after I worked with Rubie? I was like, oh my God, I worked with Rubie. I love Rubie, right?
And you always meet more people because the thing I have to tell people is you have to be open to networking with people. You can't be like, oh
Yeah.
well, I don't like people. I'm just gonna sit here in a corner. No, because you're not gonna make any friends.
Yeah.
No.
I admit I had a shoot where one of the models just kind of was like super silent, didn't want to talk to anybody, had attitude, and you know I still talked to everybody else there. I had fun. I'm not putting it down, but you know she hasn't gotten any work since then.
That's so sad.
But it's just like she's gorgeous. The girl is very stunning.
it's so
But
sad.
you have to have this attitude. You have to have a great attitude. You have to be willing to talk to people. You know, you never know. You make connections, collect everybody's social media, and then it can lead to more things. Because if you're just like, oh, I'm not going to talk to anybody, you're not going to get any more work.
Yeah,
You're not going to be able to branch
how-
out.
yeah.
You have to be
how I
able
get
to network and get out and find more people to work with.
A lot of the times I actually do shoots with multiple girls. And what I loved is that I had Rubie, I had Destiny, I had Frankie, and because of the personalities, they're all amazing. They all got along, and they did their own network. So, I mean, not only do I look for models when I'm looking for multiple models, but I want to make sure that when it comes time to shoot, everyone gets along. And it
Yeah.
just, because
yeah.
like when you're so close, and when you're shooting with multiple models, like you want to see their energy. You want to see that they get along. You
And it
want them
comes
to be
across.
close to, and it shows.
And unfortunately, like, there's a lot of people that aren't people persons, but you have to be a people person.
Yeah.
Because if not, you're not going to, it's not going to work
Something else
out.
for me is like body odors.
Yes.
Brittany,
What is
the
that?
First thing I give her always is
Panty liner.
Is panty liners. It's just like, please have good hygiene. You know, I mean, if you're gonna wear somebody else's clothing, right? It's
Yeah,
like,
somebody else is gonna
oh
wear it.
come on.
Because some stuff can't be
Oh
washed
my
that
God,
easily,
yeah.
too.
Well, not only that, and also be, like, it's just
Courtesy.
It's just a whole bunch of stuff that you're like, okay, nobody knows the world behind here. Everybody just sees the,
So
the
please take a
runway.
shower before going to Marisol's next audition, because she will not choose you. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I sent like
Respect
text.
the clothing.
No, the text like everybody, please, smell good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not embarrassed to say it to them. Like,
But you know
please.
what? Like, because you've been in the industry, and nowadays, like, I don't think designers do that. Like, up and coming, they really don't make it a point.
Yeah, because it's your pieces, you're going to have to deal with it after the fact. And you have multiple people wearing stuff. What if, you wear it for, you dress models for one shoot. What if you have an event with the same pieces? There's so many people wearing your
and I know
stuff.
that's
You have
possible.
to be,
Yeah.
And
You
also,
have
there's
to
a lot
think
of
about
thieves.
that.
They also take the stuff. They don't return.
Oh my God.
yeah.
Have you had that happen?
not to me, but to another friend,
Oh my
that they
God.
took some of the stuff and like we can't find it, and it's like you know, it's like it's very sad that you have to deal with those.
You
Kind
have
of
to take
things.
inventory.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What I recommend for a designer to do is like ask for an ID before they get the stuff. It's like checking out stuff. Unfortunately,
Oh,
because
that's smart.
it becomes a mess in the back.
Yeah.
You guys know that.
Yeah.
It's like
it does.
Oh yeah, stuff will be.
Everybody
Some
knew
people
it.
just throw.
Throws away
Yeah.
stuff and keeps walking.
Like literally like the weekend video that he has right now.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay, just kidding.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, people naked, men and women, you know, hot sometimes. Those rooms are not, you know, air conditioned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Makeup artists, like almost everybody on top of each other because there's not enough room. So, you know, people are getting, it's just a mess sometimes in
Wow.
fashion shows.
It's a good thing that you mentioned that because a lot of people don't really think about those things until after the fact. They're like, dang, I should have
Yeah.
made
And a
sure.
model should always have, I was taught, because I also went to modeling school when I was a teen.
Yeah.
And I was taught you always have a tote bag when you're a model.
Yeah.
You have in there black and white nude shoes, high heels,
Thank you. For
sometimes
sharing
red, you know, just in case. And then you need to have a bathing suit, you know, something for the bottom. And then makeup, just in case the makeup artist is not, you know, they're on time or whatever. You need to be prepared, have all this, you know, all this stuff ready when you're, you know, you carry that. But some of these models, they're like, what do I bring? I'm like, what do you think?
What
What
do
do
you
I
That's
think
bring?
pretty
Right.
basic. You can
It's
take
like-
that to every shoot.
Yeah.
It's like, where do you come from? You know, you're a model. You should know what you bring to a fashion show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to come prepared because sometimes even the shoes don't fit. So you'll find these models tripping on the runway.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, man.
It's
because
happened a lot.
yeah, right? Because the shoes don't fit. So they have to go out in whatever the designer will give them because they were not prepared with their own shoes.
Oh yeah, you always have to
Wow.
be prepared for
Runway.
shoots and shows. With
Thank you for
everything
sharing that
leads to
because not many people know.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that we have a question.
How I don't know how to pronounce it, but
That's my sister. I
yeah,
think.
Timbo said hi Rubie in all caps and like
Hey, Hawa. Thank you for watching.
Hey, Hawa.
hearts.
Hello.
Hey. Thank you for watching.
Welcome to our show.
Is your sister a model as well?
No, she's actually into singing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we can bring her on one day.
Welcome to our show.
Welcome. Well, thank you guys so much for sharing the background. Is there anything else that you would want to share, Rubie, that can really help other aspiring models?
Just advice to never give up. Always believe in yourself. Have confidence. And it does take time.
Confidence is everything. If you don't think you look good, then nobody else can think you
Yeah.
look good. You have to know that you're the shit, no matter what. Like, you have to know that you're the shit. Like, that's the main thing I have to tell people. You have to know. You have to have confidence, you know. You can't ask somebody, do you think I could be a model? Because they can tell you no. You could be the most stunning person ever.
Yep.
But they'll tell you no if they're rude. You know, I don't even answer that question. You know, the answer I give is you have to know that you can do it.
Right.
Because if not, you're not going to be able to do it. You have to know I can be a model. You have to put in your head that you're going to be a model and then figure out how to do it.
Yep.
And I think a great point that Marisol brought up is that once you become a model and you know you're on it, you're on your grind and everything, and you deal with a designer, like you're going to be taken care of. You're going to be put on with the best of the best, a makeup artist hopefully, and a good hairstylist. So that's just the outer part, but having the inner part is the most important.
Yes.
One more thing. I was just saying, like, you don't have to seek
a great point to
validation.
share.
It's not that I don't want to answer the question. It's just you have to know that you want to do it because you can have 1,000 people telling you you can't do it. But if you believe that you can do it, you can
Right.
actually get out there and do it.
Yep.
Because I remember when I started, I had tons of people like, oh, no, you don't look like a model. You're never going to be a model. I'm like, okay. So you have to tell yourself that you can do it. So, okay.
You have to put your work out there. That's you know,
True.
time
Yeah.
and passion.
Yeah. You have
Passion
to
is
promote
so
yourself.
You have to figure out how it is that
Nobody
you
will
want to
promote
portray yourself.
more than yourself. So.
I love
And you have to
that.
figure out how you want to portray yourself, how you want to be perceived by people. And once you figure that out, figure out how you're going to, you know, promote yourself. So,
Something that I think that when I was young and when I would model when I was young, I would get strange. What to me they were strange. You want to come do this and that, and I had a like
Photographers?
yeah, I had a set thing of things I would not wear, like I would not do new.
Oh, that's another
Yeah,
thing. You
I
have to
don't
figure
do
out what your
that.
limits
You
are.
have to set
Yeah.
your mind on
Yes.
what is it. You have to have boundaries. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You know, you
Thank you.
can't let a photographer tell you, well, put this on just because you're the model. I mean, you also have a say. It's just a matter of the attitude behind it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
could say no. I mean, you don't have to be rude about it, but you can say no. I'm sorry, I don't do
do that.
nudes.
Yeah, if there's something you don't feel comfortable with,
Right.
speak your mind. Because if not, once
Yes.
it's out there in the world.
Yes, that's very important. So to me, it was very important not to do anything that I would be embarrassed about, like years later with my kids or whatever. I mean, like, no. So you have to also, be known for something. Stand up for yourself and have respect for yourself. Something that you would not be proud of yourself 20 years from now, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Exactly.
It's not worth it because it's gonna be out there.
You're going to be thinking about it later. And once
Yeah.
it's out there, it's
Yeah.
out there. Like, you might think you've taken it down. Someone already screenshot it. They shared it to 10 people.
Yep.
You're screwed.
Yes.
I think another thing too is like it's okay to ask questions and letting the person know what you don't do
Yeah.
before you're like stuck in the
Yes.
situation.
You
also,
figure, you plan
something
it
I
out.
would do is I would always take my dad with me when I was because
Oh,
I was
yeah.
a teen. I was a teen.
Yes, like you
Yeah.
were in, what,
I
15,
was-
16?
Yeah, I started at 12.
Wow.
And so
Very young.
the people that were had another idea about me, they would see my dad and be like, "Oh, who is he?" Well, he's my dad, and he's with me everywhere. Well, we can't. I said, "Well, then I can't work,"
Yeah.
and I would leave.
Yeah. Simple as
because
that.
obviously they didn't have the idea of pictures; they had the idea of something
Or
else.
something else.
Of course.
Yeah. Why
Exactly.
would
So
they?
so
Yeah.
when you're a teen and you're it's very dangerous. You have to bring with you someone.
Yeah, I always
that's
tell
gonna-
people, bring somebody
Yeah.
with you. Don't show up anywhere alone because you don't know who's
Never.
waiting for you. It may not be who
Never.
you perceive to be behind the
Yes.
camera.
Yes.
I appreciate that, you guys, a lot because that's another topic that I actually just forgot about, but is the most important topic I wanted to talk about
Safety.
is your safety.
Yes.
Especially being a woman. I mean, even male models too, but
Not anybody, because you never know who's waiting for you.
especially being
Yeah.
underage. I know Destiny, you're a very young model and your mom goes with you everywhere, which I love.
Speaking of her, she just said, "Hey."
Hello.
Hi, Virginia.
Hello, Destiny's mom.
So don't be afraid. I know it's like a lot of families aren't always supportive, but if you can have your parent there, that's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
best.
It's the best.
Another thing, like I said, when I say safety is important, it's important because I know, like, when I first started out, unfortunately, there was nobody to go with me to places. So, unfortunately, I did have to go alone. But you're not supposed to do that. I always tell people, make sure you have somebody. If you can't bring a parent, bring a friend.
Bring
Somebody.
somebody.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
needs to come with you no matter what.
I agree. And letting someone know also where you're going to be and
Yes.
Yeah.
who the person
I
is.
actually
Oh,
do that.
that's another
That's
thing.
great.
If I can't
That's
find
great.
anybody to go with me, then I tell 15 different people, hey, I'm going to be here. This is the
Yes.
address, who I'm shooting with. Here's their, because
That's okay. That's good.
That's a good.
somebody that
good.
knows the area. Because I know, like, when I started, like, I'll ask people, hey, can you come with me? Oh, I'm busy. I don't feel like it. And it's like, but it's for safety. I'll give you gas. Can you please come with me? I need somebody to come. And they'll be like, oh, I want to come to your No, it can't be like that. Like, I wanted somebody to come with me for safety at one point, They say
Yeah.
no, and now they're like, oh, I want to go to your shoot. I want to meet people.
I bet they want to go to your
Yeah.
shoot when they're with Marisol Arias. Like, hello. I would want to. I want to go to your next shoot or your next fashion show.
But yeah, safety is number one. Don't go anywhere alone. You need to know who you're going with. Sometimes if you're not familiar with the area, look on Google Maps, figure out where
Yeah.
you're about to go.
Be
Figure that
prepared.
out. Always tell somebody where you're going, no matter what. Like, if you can't have anybody go with you, because, yeah.
Don't risk it.
Thank you. Thank you
No.
guys for sharing that. I
Oh,
think
and then
that's
if you
very
get a bad
important.
vibe about something, don't do it. If you feel like there's something wrong, something is off about it, you always do your research on people too, and you have to be safe. Think about your
Absolutely.
safety at all times.
Absolutely. So thank you guys so much. I think we went over an hour, which is great. I mean, we started
can
off.
talk. We're girls. We can
Okay,
talk.
so before we go off the show, you guys. Let's talk about this. Is it Pox? Is it okay if I talk about something else really quick?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Thanks.
Oh, whatever you want.
Anyways, you guys, I just wanted to pass this around because, as you all know, if you guys follow me on my page, I'm actually a part of the preen.me VIP. And what that basically is if you go to preen.me Instagram, they actually have tons of influencers that can actually cater to all people because I'm talking about this right now because we do cover beauty. So this is what we're going to cover today. They actually sent me this sunscreen mousse, broad spectrum SPF 50, and it's water resistant, and it's from Supergoop. So I'm going to pass this over, you guys. It's actually a mousse formula, so we can actually have our opinions on it. So we'll start off with Marisol. It's great. It's a mousse formula. Water resistant. It does have shea butter. It's super hydrating. It can be worn on the face or on the body.
It smells really good.
Oh my God, you guys. And I don't talk about products that I don't love. And I'm glad I have Rubie here because she also is a dear friend of mine that I always tag on whenever there's something exciting to talk about.
Yes.
So, Prindami, thank you so much for sending me this. It's a very unique formula, you guys.
It smells really good.
Oh, it does.
It's very
not-
soft.
I love
It's very,
scented stuff.
Very like velvet, like, you know, very soft. I'm always thinking
It
fabrics.
smells delicious.
I know, right?
Very silky.
But
Yes.
you can wear this on your face.
smells
It's
really
not
good.
oily. SPF 50,
Oh, yeah.
you guys. If you go on Print.me, they actually have a contest right now where you actually can win one of these. And also enter their contest, which is called Flip for This Whip. And you actually have a chance to win, if you tag all your friends under their posts, $500 worth of Supergoop products. So what you're going to do is you're going to go on Preen.me. You're going to go under the post that is from Supergoop, and then you're going to tag all your girlfriends under there. And then after that, you're going to actually repost that image, and you have a chance to win this and enter into the prize. So what do you guys think? Do you guys love it?
I like
think
it.
I
It's
would
really
try it.
soft and it smells delicious.
I like it.
Right?
I love this.
I love scented stuff. Like now that it has a scent,
And it
that's
doesn't
like
feel sticky, so that's good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And some SPFs are pretty like greasy,
Yeah.
it's perfect.
non-sticky, very lightweight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I enter.
Please enter. And then also, you guys, don't forget to enter into the Buxom contest, which is Band of Babes. Rubie over here actually got one sent to her.
Brittany.
And I actually brought it with me.
Yeah, we're twins.
Damn, I forgot to bring
So
that.
how do we get one?
Okay, so you're gonna go on Preen.me. I'll actually tag you, Marisol.
Okay.
You're gonna be like my go-to person. So I got two people. I got Destiny. You're my next person I'm gonna tag under. You're
Tag
gonna
your
go to Preen.me. I'm gonna tag you under it, and you have a chance because tomorrow's actually the last day to enter this contest. You get a free Buxom
It's
lip
pretty.
gloss when
Are you
you
wearing
tag. Yes, I am. Thank
I
you.
like
Yes.
it. I like it.
It is so good. It actually
Smells
has
delicious.
a minty feel. It's
Smell
a
it.
clear pinkish tint.
I love the minty feel.
The
Smells
mint.
really
Okay,
delicious.
what do you love about the gloss?
It just feels like really good to my lips. Like
Smells like
I wear it
mint.
like every
Yeah.
day.
Do you wear it alone or over product?
Sometimes over
You can put it
product,
on your hand if you
or
want.
I know,
sometimes
that made
I feel
me a
like
happy
just wearing the
camper.
gloss, I wear
Yeah.
it.
Oh, that's
Just
beautiful.
nice.
I'm so happy that you got to get one.
Thank you for tagging me.
I love when my
Exactly,
friends
and it
win
goes with all your
stuff.
pinks. All 50,000 of
Free
your pinks.
makeup. So I'll help you to enter the contest.
Okay.
So
Hopefully
tomorrow's
I
the last
get
day.
red, but I'll take pink.
Right? Oh my God. So you guys, tomorrow's the last day, and don't forget to enter into this contest. And right now on my story on Instagram, there's actually another contest for you guys to check out. So that
And then
covers the
also
beauty.
on the bathing suit,
Oh,
if
yes.
when you use the code Brittany,
Yes. BRITTANY. You'll receive a discount for your purchase.
$10 off.
$10 off your purchase.
Woohoo! That's amazing. Brittany
the
is like the
swimsuit
queen
I
of
was-
codes, and I love it. I can get a discount, anything. Oh,
So the
love it.
swimsuit that I was just wearing
Swear.
is one of Marisol's pieces, and there's more on her website.
Yes, and if you guys are here right now, Marisol, we can follow you on Marisol of California. That's your website to purchase your
MarisolofCalifornia.com.
.com.
Yes, that's for the website.
And then to follow you, it's
Marisol of California.
Marisol,
and
California. That's
Nice.
that's the name. But
Personally.
my private is LA designer Marisol Arias.
thank you.
That's
So
my
if you guys
personal
want to follow her, she has amazing stuff. Super sweet. Thank you so much for being on the show.
welcome.
So
Thank you for coming.
talented. Like you don't even know.
Something I also do once a year is I choose somebody to give a prom dress to.
Oh my God! Can you share that, please?
I do. I will hear a story, and I give out a dress. Just giving back to
Can we-
Because some people cannot afford one,
Yeah.
but I give the best of what I think that girl. 'Cause she's a princess, she just
I
can't
love
afford it.
it.
But she's she should be able to go to the prom and.
Can we have you back right before that happens?
Sure.
I would love for you to announce
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we
Just
could
to
do
get
that.
more opportunities.
Yes. And I
to
would
young
just
girls?
have a story.
Oh my God.
And then if maybe, of course, after this, because I haven't really publicized it like this, because, I mean, I have so much work.
Yes.
But I could always, have other designer friends join in, and they could always, the idea is to give back.
I love that.
To give back into our, our girls, just
Oh
our
my
community.
God,
That's
so
so
That's
sweet.
why I love you. That's why I love you. Thank you. So
That is sweet.
we'll have you or your designers back because I would love for them to share that
Yeah.
on here.
But that would be next year.
No problem.
Promise done.
Hopefully we'll have you before then.
Yes.
Thank you, Marisol.
You're
And-
welcome.
And then if you guys want to follow Rubie, you can follow her on her Instagram.
It's RUBIETIMBO, Rubie Timbo.
And Rubie is super sweet, you guys. So if you guys
Yes.
have any questions on like modeling or anything like that, or if you guys are any designers that want to work with her, she also has her website on her Instagram. And then also go ahead and tell us about your other Instagram on your designs.
It's called Nene's Fashion. On I'm on Instagram only, but I'm still working on my website. But it's NENEHFASHION_.
Thank you, Rubie. And then thank you to Destiny, our co-host. Destiny, how can we follow you on your Instagram?
It's Destiny Evans with 2 S's.
Hey. And then we also have Brittany over here, my co-host, which I thank you so much for being on again.
Of course.
And also bringing Marisol and introducing me to Rubie. You're super amazing.
Thank you, so are you.
No, you are.
You make me cry sometimes.
Oh, I freaking love you. How can everyone, whoever doesn't follow you, how can they follow you right now?
Right now, my Instagram is B Simone the Model. That's BSIMONE the Model. And then Facebook, my page is Britt Simone. BRITTSIMONE.
Wonderful.
Oh, and Twitter, B Simone the Model.
Don't forget Twitter. We got Twitter.
I know.
And
It's too much to keep up.
oh my
I
God, it's
know.
so much.
I think I've only tweeted like maybe once or twice. That's it.
I gave up on Twitter because
I need to get
like,
on my
you have
Twitter.
to be
I don't even
on
have a
it
Twitter.
like
I'm
that.
always on there, like.
You
I
can get in
can't.
trouble too. Just
Yeah,
by
with things
thinking-
that you say.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
There's
you
Twitter
can.
jail?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's great to say how you feel and stuff like that, but there's just some stuff that's just like not necessary.
Right.
So, oh yeah, and then also if you guys would like to follow me, if you're not following me on Instagram, it's Vanessa's Bella Makeup. Facebook, it's Vanessa Talmantes, and hopefully you guys can.
Bella.
Oh, I'm sorry. I also have another Instagram which is a little bit more sexier. It's DBella. If you click on my main Instagram, you'll be able to see it. It's really hard to spell out right now because I can't even think of it. But
D-E.
I made it very complicated. I don't know why.
DE_B_E_L
Oh my God.
_L
Oh wow.
_A.
I need to change it. But hopefully you guys can follow me there. And then hopefully I'll have you guys back. Thank you, Gina, for joining us again. You're super amazing. Thank you for so much for the support.
Linda. Linda too.
Oh, and Linda. Hi, Linda. We love you.
Linda, thank you.
We love you, Linda.
We love you so much. She's actually, she's our friend. And she supports us like on every show.
Oh, sorry, I had to.
Yes.
Those people are gold.
Yes, they are, and that's why I always like to give them a shout out because
Yes.
they are gold. I know they'll tell their friends about us, so I love you guys so much, and thank you guys for being here. And I can't wait to see you guys next Wednesday because next Wednesday will also be an amazing show. So thank
And
you guys.
Can I just like
Yes.
say shout out to my kids,
Hey,
Hi, Joy.
Shout out to everybody.
Hey.
Marisol's kids.
Faith,
Faith.
and Abby,
Hey
and
guys.
Josh.
Hopefully we can meet
Hi,
them one day.
kids.
Yes.
Bye guys. So thank you guys so
Bye.
much. Destiny, come over here.
Faith is my middle name. by the
Unmic
way.
yourself if you're not mic. Okay, cool.
I'm sorry, what?
Faith is my middle name.
Oh, yeah.
Faith?
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for being my co-host.
DFE.
My little sister.
She's so beautiful.
Isn't she? I know. Oh. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And we'll see you next week on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Bye.